Hi, everyone. Welcome to CRN In Depth. I'm your host, Rachel Espaillat, and you're watching CRN TV. In this weekly series, we dive into the biggest CRN story of the week with a fellow CRN reporter who covered that story. Big news coming out of Intel this week as the semiconductor giant gave an updated timeline on when staff salaries will be restored. The chipmaker also plans to slash dividend to save more money and is going through some major leadership changes. Senior editor Dylan Martin has been following all the news and joins me for this week's episode. Just to start things off, I want to talk about the salaries at Intel. What is the timeline on when Intel executives and senior employees will have their salaries reduced, by how much, and when is it going to go back to 100%?
In late January, Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger announced to employees that they're basically reducing the salaries of executives and senior employees. Gelsinger is taking a 25% pay cut to his base pay. And then we're also seeing anywhere from 15 to 5% for other executives and senior employees. That is set to start in March. And these pay cuts are happening because Intel is trying to save a lot of money due to the downturn in business they're experiencing. They also still need to have money to invest in their comeback plan. So people were wondering, okay, how long is this going to last? How long do we have to ride this out? Just this week, Pat Gelsinger came back with answers. So in October is when people's base pay will come back. And then there are other compensation programs that will return around that time or in a few months after that point.
And part of that trying to save money is slashing dividends?
In addition to announcing the timeline for when staff pay will be restored in the fall, Pat Gelsinger also announced that Intel is slashing the dividend to investors by nearly 66%. It's a huge deal because, obviously when you're a shareholder of a company, you're expecting to get a dividend, you're expecting a profit from your investment in a company. Intel is basically saying, look, this is obviously not ideal, but we need to save money where we can so we can keep investing in our comeback plan, but we just need to save money and we're making cuts in so many places.
So it's a tough balancing act that Intel has to perform right now.
Intel had not cut the dividend when they initially announced that they would cut these staff salaries. And so it might have led some employees to wonder, hey, my salary is being cut. Why haven't the investors felt any of these cuts? It was a hard decision, but it was also a reflection of Intel trying to kind of balance the needs of all these various groups that it needs to satisfy or try to keep happy while trying to save money and invest for the future.
When it comes to leadership, the chipmaker's COO of Intel's Network and Edge Group also left this month. What can you tell me about this exit and how it will impact the company?
Hong Hu, who was COO, Chief Operating Officer of the Network and Edge Group, he left in the past month. He had been there for 5 years. He was one of the top leaders for that business unit. It's hard for a company that's already trying to, make all these changes, invest in the future. So to lose someone like that is a big deal, but the company is either going to replace him or have his responsibilities absorbed.
Hopefully it works out for them. Dylan, thank you so much for your time.